a man who had performance-enhancing drugs in his system. Whether, I believe everybody should have the right to protest their innocence. Unfortunately, in this situation, it's guilty until proven innocent. I've been there, right? But one thing we 100% know in this situation.
December, but Eddie said to me yesterday it's 60-40, so we don't know. I don't know if that is the case and he's failed a sample for cocaine. That's really surprising, massively surprising.
You got caught taking drugs, in your charge. It's like fucking murder. If you fucking murder somebody.
Huge and unexpected news has just emerged. Jermaine Franklin has reportedly returned a failed drug test just 24 hours before his scheduled bout with Moses Itauma. This sudden development has sent shockwaves across the boxing scene and completely shifted the storyline surrounding the fight. Fans, fellow fighters, and promoters have all been left stunned by the revelation. For Moses, the situation has now changed dramatically, and the pressure surrounding him has become even more intense.
British Boxing Board of Control aren't. So we have to speak with them, deal with the legal situation and see where it lands. And this is quite fresh. Obviously, I don't even think it's 30 minutes. I think it's more like 10 or 15 minutes since that. And, we'll see what...
This is a complete disaster for the sport. Failing a drug test on the day of the fight is both irresponsible and dangerous. It puts everyone involved at risk and leaves the commission scrambling to deal with the fallout. Moses Itauma has spent weeks preparing for this moment, and now the whole event is hanging in the balance because of one reckless mistake. The frustration around this situation is completely understandable.
Mate, the way how he's done it, on the morning of a fight, it's just wrong. It's dangerous, and the board are now in a situation where they think shit.
Anthony Joshua has called it a real disappointment. This news has landed like a bombshell. Fans were excited for an intense showdown, but now the event is surrounded by uncertainty and confusion. Moses Itauma's focus and preparation now stand in complete contrast to Franklin's situation, raising serious questions about discipline, professionalism, and whether the fight will even go ahead.
It's happened, man. It happens in this sport. It's not new. It's happened to me already. I'm just happy I invested.
Liam G is focusing on the technical side of Franklin's failed test. He explains that the substance involved and the testing process can both influence how long it stays detectable. He makes it clear that this is not something to brush off as a minor error, and the consequences are serious. While Moses Itauma remains prepared and locked in, Franklin is now facing heavy scrutiny and growing concerns over his professionalism.
I'm just chucking it out there. If depending on the amount, that would depend on how long it remains in your system. So from what I can gather, if you've taken very limited amounts, very little amounts, it could stay in your system, depending on the nature of the test. If it was a saliva test, if it was a urine test, if it was a hair test, it's going to stay in your system.
But Duke McKenzie is clearly stunned by Jermaine Franklin's failed tests. He points out how rare it is for both samples to come back positive, which raises serious doubts and leaves fans in shock. At the same time, Moses Itauma's preparation tells a completely different story, showing discipline and focus, while Franklin's situation throws the entire fight into uncertainty.
How can he give a sample and then a B sample and they both come back positive for a banned substance? It doesn't make any sense.
Adam Catterall is reacting with clear shock and disappointment. He highlights how harmful a failed test is for boxing, especially with a fight so close. It also puts Moses Itauma's professionalism into full view, showing fans a clear difference between an athlete who stays prepared and focused and one whose actions place the entire event at risk.
Shocking. When any fighter fails a performance-enhancing drug test, it is incredibly shocking and disappointing.
Idol Depot is suggesting there could be an unusual explanation behind the situation. He seems willing to give Jermaine Franklin some benefit of the doubt, while still admitting that the whole situation is messy and hard to predict. That uncertainty stands in sharp contrast to Moses Itauma's calm mindset and preparation, making Franklin's actions appear even more careless as fans wait to see what happens next.
It's somehow in his system from other means. I know that might sound crazy, but I guess we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, do we? I'd like to think we do. But yeah, this is wild. Honestly.
Carl Frampton is voicing strong anger over doping. He stresses how dangerous performance-enhancing drugs are in boxing and even argues for lifetime bans. His stance highlights just how serious Jermaine Franklin's failed test is, while also putting Moses Itauma's clean and disciplined approach in the spotlight, marking him as the true professional in this high-stakes situation.
High-profile guys getting caught, and It's just horrible. I genuinely, and I know you were about saying, without going fucking fully mental here, I just believe if you're caught with any performance-enhancing drug, you should be banned.
Adam Smith is pointing out the chaos and uncertainty surrounding the situation. Even insiders are left guessing as the news spreads on social media, highlighting just how sudden and shocking Jermaine Franklin's failed test is. In contrast, Moses Itauma has remained methodical, disciplined, and fully prepared. While Franklin's actions raise serious questions about his professionalism, fans and promoters are left scrambling, leaving the heavyweight scene in limbo. Moses now holds a clear mental advantage, ready to capitalize on Franklin's mistakes and proving who the true professional is in this scenario.
And I'll wait and see what happens. I mean, I don't know the findings. We don't know. I haven't seen statements really. I don't know. It's come out in the.
John Fury is speaking out against Jermaine Franklin's illegal steroid use, calling him out for trying to gain an unfair edge. While he shows him sympathy, he makes it clear that cheating has no place in boxing. Moses Itauma, on the other hand, stands as a symbol of integrity and hard work. Fans can clearly see the contrast between a disciplined fighter who earns his wins and someone taking shortcuts. This situation further damages Franklin's credibility, while Moses' reputation only grows, proving that preparation, discipline, and honesty matter just as much as raw talent in the ring.